Hi, my name is Jay, and I'm pleased to introduce Dina from the Niagara Catholic Secondary School Board, who's joining us today for the Crowdsourcing Promising Practices community. She works in the Niagara Board, and when I asked her what she thinks teaching is like, she said teaching is like being a tour guide. So we're looking ahead at assessing what our students need, and we guide them through their next learning experience. So I kind of like that analogy. Today, she's going to share with us how to capture learning in ePortfolios using Google Sites. So I'm going to flip it over here. And Dina, we're so appreciative that you've joined us today. And if you want to go ahead and share your screen, we'd love to hear you explain how you've used this tool in your classroom.
My screen sharing there?
It's looking good.
Okay. So hi, everyone. Like Jay said, my name is Dina, and I teach high school, but Google Sites is super easy to use, and really any age, probably from junior through intermediate to senior, could use Google Sites. So what I did is I saw it as a great opportunity to use it as a way for students to collect samples of their work and select their best work reflection tool. So really that's how I view portfolios. There are different types of portfolios. You can do a portfolio that is more of like a working portfolio where it shows process. So let's say you had students that were writing essays, they process over a period of time, or even process over a semester or over a year. What I chose to do is, because mastered at the very end of the semester, I have my students take their very best work and then reflect on that best work, and that so did they learn from creating. We do a lot of creating in my courses because I'll teach programming and robotics and photography, and also some business courses. So throughout the creation, it's one thing to create something, but if there isn't that reflection piece, and comes from that metacognition at the end, when after they're done creating something, they look back on it and can speak about it, right? So with a portfolio, you're assessing what they know and what they can do, and then you're also adding in that little extra piece, which is the metacognition, the reflection. So view on portfolios. So I'm just going to take you through a really quick demonstration, and it is going to be short, on how to get a site started. So what you're going to do is you're going to go, I'll just take you right from the start, sites.google.com. Now Google's transitioning from their old Google Sites, new Google Sites. Be sure that you are doing this in Chrome, though. I know that there's some issues with using other browsers. And this here at the bottom, you're going to create a new site. And it's pretty self-explanatory. What I tell my students in creating a new site is I have them create a page per topic or per theme. And so you can see here that here's the insert menu. These are all the things that you can insert onto the portfolio, into the portfolio. So we'll just have a quick look at themes first of all. You'll have your students enter a site. So I could go, I have students who have created photography portfolios and they're still adding to them long after the course is done. So I'll just pretend I'm doing a portfolio, just like that. And you could change the look of it very easily. What you see is what you get. Okay? And then what you're going to have your students do is have them start by creating some kind of, I don't know, of a like I do an artist statement here, or perhaps an overall statement of what they're taking away from the course. So a text box is where you would have students write an intro splash page of some kind. And they can write pretty much whatever they want there. And it's pretty, like I said, it's pretty easy to manipulate an image on this page. You would click images. What's nice is that when you're searching through Google here, it's using, so if I needed a picture of a camera, I could search for that. And these would be all copyright free that you could use, that you don't have to give accreditation to use on a portfolio for educational purposes. Okay, so there we go. And then super easy to start moving things around. If your students want to move it, it's literally click and drag, just like that. Okay, and then like I said, have them start collecting their work throughout the semester. Let them know at the end. You can even have them start it. I do it at the end as part of a culminating assessment, but if you were a course, you might not want to wait until June to have students, collecting stuff from September, right? So it's up to you as a teacher. So in terms of inserting different pages, you would go to the Pages tab, click the plus sign, and then macro photography. You type in macro, and then there's going to be a page for macro here. Okay, I'm just gonna portraits, maybe food photography. Okay, so these pages now are going to be on the top main menu here, and you can navigate between them just by clicking on them. Okay, so you can see, and we can come back to the home page. Yeah. There's, it's one thing to have students just collect their work and slap it on here, but I think the really important part, so when I have students add things to their portfolio, I always ask them to critically think about what hours of work that are going to be going on their portfolio, and then I'm also asking them to write about it. And to tell me, what it is they learned, right? Why they feel it is their best work. Sometimes I'll get them to tell me why perhaps it wasn't. And I'm going to give you an example of what I would give to my students. This is something that I would give to them to get them started. So I would outline some success criteria for it. And this is an important piece, I feel, that when I'm asking students to reflect, right? And this is because it's a combination. I asked them, what part of the portfolio did you find most successful and why? What did you find least successful? And if you had to do it again, what would you change or improve on, right? So this is where you could ask them those questions, or you can get a lot of deep, rich information from them. And it could be able, so that's what I would give them as guidelines. And you could sit down with your students and actually co-create a rubric of some kind if you'd like. Necessarily know how to pick their best pieces of work to go in the portfolio. So that's, maybe I'll show you a couple other things just so that you're, right here in the insert menu, the meat and potatoes of creating a Google site. You can insert, say, a Google Doc right here with the Google site. You can add slides. You can embed a form. So you can to display pretty much a lot of things. A map, even. Lots of good geo tools that Google has out right now. Yeah, so that's kind of the basis of Google Sites, and you can see that itching. So I'm just going to click the Publish button here. And when you want to share your site with somebody, you're going to have to give them the address. So for me, because I teach for Niagara Catholic, the address would be sites.google.com/NiagaraCatholic.ca Dina's portfolio, or whatever you want. You can change the name there. And then another neat thing that I like is who can view my site. So if you want only people from within your school board to see that published site, then which is the default, by the way. But if not, or be able to see it and find it, you can go into the permissions and you can change that right here. Okay. So it's kind of, you have students in grades 3, 4, 5 that might have personal pictures and information on their website to keep the information private. You can keep it within your school board. Hit publish, and then you'll see it's publishing. And okay, did it work? Go. And I know now it worked because I have an arrow here. And now I can say view published site, or I can just copy and paste that link or type it in. And there it is. That's what it looks like. So if someone was viewing the portfolio, it would look like this. And there's some options that you can go into to change the look and the fonts and the colors and whatnot. And there you go. And then at any time, you could always go back and you can always unpublish the site if you wish. There you go.
That's great. Thanks, Dina. I need to do this in my classroom. That's kind of a perfect intro. And I like how you explained that you can basically add a different page for a different topic or different expectation, and students continue to go back to the site and add to it throughout a semester or a year. So that's pretty cool, and it works so well with anything else they've made in the Google Suite, because you can pull in your docs and your slideshows and your sheets and your forms right live into your website. So I'm just going to kind of say thank you, and you've added a perfect bite of PD to our community. And for the viewers out there, thanks for watching. Keep those nominations coming in so we can continue to help make sharing contagious.